This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Hey everyone, welcome to Close Friends.
Matt's hair's falling out.
Oh, don't. It's been falling out for years, but now it's gotten real bad lately. I just fixed my hair and about 30 strands of hair just fell into me lap. Get me a glue stick, babes. I've got to put it back on.
You jinxed yourself because remember a few months back in an episode we were talking about hair transplants and toupees and all that.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm never going to need one or something.
No, I didn't say that. I said if I go bald, you'll never see me again.
Yeah.
I'll be running. Remember, I'll be out in Katoomba, living off the land. And then
jinxed yourself.
But I said if I go bald, I will embrace it and shave the whole thing off and get one of those glue toupees on. I'm all for it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you better inquire with someone. It's gonna
All right then.
Your hair's falling out by the second.
Also, we got a big show today. AJ is coming on the pod.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've got AJ
AJ's
in the
coming on the pod.
studio.
He'll be coming
and
on.
he's got a head full of hair.
Nice. Oh, turn around. Let me see the back. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right. He'll talk soon. We'll get him on the pod. We've got a few things to cover first. But anyway, AJ's on the pod today. So
Can you actually
yell?
yell out now so people believe us that you're here?
What do you want me to yell?
KFC.
KFC!
Yeah,
See,
guys,
he's here.
that's-
Okay, he's
that's
actually
him.
here. He's coming on soon.
Anyway, what are we even talking about today? Oh, we don't have a plan. That's good. That always goes well for us.
You mentioned when we were walking in that you're going op shopping after this.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm doing after this. Very excited about it. I love an op shop. Although I will say, sorry, what is going on in the op shops these days? The prices are through the roof. Like, I'm not kidding you. I went to an op shop not long ago. I saw one of those $1 Kmart candles for $4 in the op shop. You're absolutely pulling my leg and pissing on it. What is going on?
Is it because op shops have clued on to the fact that people are just going into op shops, buying vintage pieces or whatever, and then selling them on Depop for an extremely inflated price?
But that's their prerogative, though. Like, it's not any of their business what I do with my clothes after I've purchased it from your store. If someone was buying from Fate and marking it up, realistically, how big of a problem is that for you?
Why would anyone do that?
Exactly. So I'm like, what is the problem with if someone wants to go in and buy a top for $5 and sell it for $50? That's their life. Like, why does that affect the op shop that I'm buying
that's
from?
why op shops are doing it? Because I can't think of any reason otherwise. Because they get given this stuff for free, right?
Right?
Like they get it for
And
free.
the workers are volunteers. Who are they paying? Apart from the people that they're
Do they take
supposedly
the
helping.
profits? Like, is it non-for-profit? or
Well, I don't know. Who knows, sweetheart?
why? Like, I've seen videos popping up on TikTok too of girls like going through the racks and whatever, and like holding up like a Paul Frank T-shirt from Wild Surf Co. like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and they're like, $25.
Yep.
Why?
Yep. It's
It
ridiculous.
is so old.
Yep. And-
Vintage.
No, not even that. I went op shopping with Toby once and he found this really nice shirt, really gorgeous shirt. We were like, wow, this is so nice. Like, that's amazing. And it was $18. And we were like, we don't know if it's worth $18, but it is really nice. We're in an op shop. Like, we don't really want to pay $18 for
In
the
an
shirt.
op shop, I'm expecting everything to be $10 or less.
Oh my God, seriously.
But
$5.
They're selling shit for like $70.
No, I'm seeing books for 12. I'm like, I could get them at Big W for 6. What do you mean? So anyway, the shirt was stunning. It was lovely. He's tried it on. It fit him well. He's like, yeah, it's $18 though. Don't know if like it's worth $18 from an op shop. It's been worn before, blah, blah, blah.
This shit is
I'm
second
like,
hand.
the first thing I go is, what's the brand? He checks the tag. It's Shein. Shein.
Oh, fuck off.
We looked it up. $4.50. Brand new on Shein. Sorry, $18. You're taking the piss. Not real. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going today because I feel like I don't go to op shops for like much. I go for hidden gems. Like I'll I found a really nice vase for like $6 not long ago.
So
and,
even that's expensive for a vase from an op shop.
oh, but you should see this vase. It looks like a fucking Lady Gaga costume. It is absolutely delicious.
Fair.
Yeah. So, that's why I go. And, Toby, that same day, he found like a pair of brand new Doc Martens for like $40, which is a steal. So there are some hidden gems.
But I still feel like $40 in an op shop. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But also for a brand new pair of Doc Martens. Like,
compared to
pretty good.
the original price, it's still a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I'm expecting the shoes to be like $7.
Yeah, for sure. So the prices are a little out of control because I think I've also got it twisted on what op shops are because, like, I think when I was growing up, maybe just the demographic has changed, but I thought when I was growing up, it was for people who like couldn't really afford to go buy actual clothes, so they would go to the secondhand store.
Yes.
Well, if you've got no money, you can't even afford to shop at the op shop now.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
So I'm like, what is going on? And the fact the Kmart candle really got me because I was like, it's $1 in Kmart and $4 at the op shop. Not real. And then I think to myself, do I go up to the lady and say, just letting you know that this $1 candle is $1 at Kmart?
Well, I want to know, like, who's making the decisions on the prices in the store? Is it the volunteers working? Is it the owner of the store? Or is there a person higher up? Like, just say if it's Salvos or whatever and it's like a chain. Like, who is deciding how much all this stuff is being priced at?
Well, that's okay. This might be the whole episode because let's talk about it because I've got so much to say about this because with Salvos, they get donated. So it's not like I don't know how it would work, but like maybe they have like a hierarchy of clothes and prices that they have to adhere to, but no, they don't because it's so out of whack.
Yeah.
I will go through the rack and one business shirt will be $6 and the same business shirt from the same brand will be $12. So it's like things are not, I get if it's like a better brand or whatever, maybe you're putting the price up a little bit, but
why are op shops making it about the brands? Like, isn't it just shouldn't we be like removing all the brands and stuff and it's just like affordable clothes and accessories?
Yeah, right.
But like, why is it all about like what brand it is?
I don't know, but like surely they have KPIs and stuff. But then I'm like, they're volunteers. I'm also this is another thing I want to talk about. Imagine volunteering in this economy. And I mean, obviously, no, hang on, no, everyone's looking at me like, no, hang on. Let me clarify. Everyone's looking at me like I'm fucked. But what I mean is, fair enough volunteering for things like, let's say, like you're feeding the homeless and blah, blah, blah. Like,
but just working in a shop where people are paying a lot of money for secondhand shit. Yeah, it makes no sense.
I go, if I'm going to volunteer, I'm going to do something that I guess would make me feel meaningful, like I'm doing something and I'm making a change. Not saying that people who work in an op shop aren't making a change, whatever, blow it out your ass. But like what I'm saying is waking up every day to go volunteer in an op shop, not the volunteering I would do. And unless, of course, I could have first pick at some of the items that came through the door.
I reckon that's what they do too.
But then that defeats the purpose of volunteering.
But I think someone's even said that to me before when I've met them, that they volunteer at an op shop and they do it because they get really good discounts and then when the clothes come in, they get first pick of the lot.
Which I'm all for. But also, come on. I don't know, maybe I'm just unhinged, but like my thinking is these days, op shops make no sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The whole thing. The workers,
it's giving,
the prices.
What's it giving? Capitalism?
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I just wish everything was still like $2.
Yeah.
Because the majority of people who are going in there are not Depop influencers, right?
Or are they these days? Is that what it's turned into?
I don't reckon everyone is, surely.
Yeah, they need to do something. Someone needs to do something, but I don't understand who it is.
But even though you've said Depop influencers, well, that doesn't excuse them putting up an Anko singlet for $25. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I get it if it's like vintage Jimmy Choo tracksuit set and they want to sell it for $45. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. Like, there are some things where I'm like, okay, the price is justified because, like, the Doc Martens, great example. I was like, that price is justified. $40 is a steal for almost brand new Doc Martens without a scratch on them. But like $40 Kmart top, what's going on there, love? Like, and Depop influencers aren't buying that and reselling it. Surely not.
Yeah.
They could cut the tag off, but put a bit of spray paint on it and call it designer, but who knows? Who cares? But I'm like, I don't know. Op shops, grow up. That's what I want to
Are
say.
you going to do a video while you're in there today?
Nah, probably not. Because, one, none of them play any bloody music. So it's dead as a doornail in there. It's so quiet.
Isn't that good for videos? You don't want that background music.
It's great, but everyone's listening to you because I had to do a
Oh,
sponsored
yeah.
video for Vinnie's once, which I love Vinnie's. Shout out to Vinnie's. Great. Actually, my favourite op shop of all of them, if I had to choose. And Vinnie's also sorts their books in rainbow colours, which I love. Bit of pride in the store. Lovely. But it's so dead silent in there that me trying to make that video was I had the attention
You remember when me
of
and
everyone.
you did an op shop YouTube video?
Yeah, I got stuck in the vest. You know, people still mention that. People still mention that to me all the
That's
time.
on my channel. I'll
Yeah.
have to go back and see because I made like most of my videos private. I will have to go back and see.
We went op shopping.
In Newcastle to put together like a bad outfit, and Matt put on like a fisherman's looking vest,
Like a
and
camo vest.
Yeah, it got stuck.
The vest zipper got stuck and I couldn't get out of it and Brittney just run away. People still say that is like one of the funniest things they've ever seen from me. And I'm like, babes, the blood was rushing to my head. I was stressed. I was like, this ain't coming off and I'm not buying this fisherman's vest.
But to be fair, it was probably $2 back then.
I've had my rant. What's your rant?
Well, mine's not really a rant, but it's something we can talk about. I heard that Cosmopolitan magazine is coming back
Oh, yeah. Stunning.
after all the magazines dropped off the face of the earth.
What was Cosmopolitan? What did they do?
Celebrity gossip,
Okay.
like all that kind of shit. They're coming back after they've been gone. Like, I think all of them are gone, right? Like, Girlfriend, Dolly, like, they all went. Marie Claire, like, they're all gone.
Well, I mean, when was the last time you bought a magazine?
Well, yeah, very true. Well, actually, I buy them at the airport sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, just little celebrity gossip ones, just gives you something to do. But I think with Cosmo coming back, they're just doing 6 editions a year, so every second month or whatever. I reckon this is going to be the comeback of magazines, and I reckon it's going to become a cool thing to buy a Cosmo magazine, and it's going to be like a thing that influencers promote that they do.
Really?
And like, it's wild, but I reckon they're going to come back strong, and I reckon it's going to be a new thing, and it's going to be the it girl thing to do. But the crazy thing is, magazines are just one huge advertisement. And that's all it is. Like, every second page that you open is just ads.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of here for it. I reckon I'm going to buy it. Who do you hope is going to be on the cover of the first one?
Me.
Who do you hope?
But are you
Kylie?
gonna have a Cosmo? Are you gonna buy a Cosmo magazine?
Yeah, I'm going to buy it when it comes out.
Who do I hope would be on it? I don't know, but who do you reckon will be on it? Oh,
Do you reckon it's going to be...
Jennifer Hawkins, Lara Bingles, someone. It's an Australian magazine, right?
Yeah, but they might, like, I think they should even, like, go global. Like, put fucking Taylor Swift on the front.
Oh, they don't have the budget for that, and she wouldn't do it anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be an Aussie icon, surely. Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, I don't think she'd be on the cover of the first Cosmo, though. Oh, they'll probably put Tones and I, Abby Chatfield.
Yeah, do you reckon it'll be an influencer?
Nah. Who do you reckon? Maybe a Jess Mowboy?
I reckon it might be. I reckon they might go the angle of, like, a TikToker or an influencer, like Sofa Dofa or something.
You reckon?
Like, they're coming back. Like, they've got to do something different.
There's no way.
I reckon they're going to try and hit a different audience. Like, magazines were always for, like, I'd say even like the generation above us, like people that are now in their 40s or whatever would probably buy magazines back in the day. So I reckon they're going to try and hit the younger demographics.
I cannot see Sofa Dofa on the cover. I can see him doing a piece on her potentially on page 60.
Well, I'm interested to see. Like, I'm interested to see what they're going to do and like how they're going to make a comeback and how it's going to be different because magazines went under, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something different and hit a different demographic.
Well, I mean, the only people buying magazines are probably hairdressers. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Where else do you see a magazine?
You don't. I just see them at the airport.
Or at a doctor's surgery?
Yeah. And also, I don't think hairdressers have magazines anymore because we have our phones to just scroll through.
Oh, no, mine still does, but I don't use them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've been going there for a few years now. I think I've picked up a magazine once.
I think they should, if I was at Cosmo and I was working there, I would try to hit the younger demographics in the maybe not like the young ones on TikTok, but I would try and make the magazines like an aesthetically pleasing thing, like a nice magazine.
table.
Yeah, and I'd make it more like that, not so like graphic-y on the front with all these weird fonts and shit. I'd try and make it like sleek and elevated and make it something that people like the look of so that they will buy it every 2 months and put it on their coffee table and open a random page and it's like beautiful imagery. That's what I'll do. I'm just really keen to see what they do.
Would you put an ad in a Cosmo magazine?
No.
No, really?
No.
Would you do a billboard
Um,
on a bus stop?
Bus stop. We have before when we opened our Westfield Chermside store. Because like the billboard companies own like there's huge companies that own like most of them kind of thing. So we did do one, but like I don't think we got a single thing. Like you can't track.
You can't track
Yeah,
the-
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
track
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But we just did it to be like fate. Westfield Chermside is opening soon, kind of thing. We're just like, yeah, whatever the fuck, because they reach out to us and they're like, have you ever wanted to do billboards? But it was nothing special. So no, I wouldn't do that again unless I was going to do something like not controversial, but something that was going to stand out.
Would you be willing to tell us how much a billboard cost?
Oh, it was actually surprisingly cheap. Do you remember how much it was, AJ? No, it was way less than that. It was like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Well, it was only 2 or 3 grand to get one billboard?
Yeah, but it was on like and it was for a month or 2
What?
months or something.
No.
But it was on like a rotating one, so you were on there with a lot of others.
Yeah.
But I remember being surprised at how cheap it was. But I think they were kind of no, I don't want to say they were desperate, but like they reached out to us, like, we'll give you this really good deal. So I think they
okay.
just like were going through a thing of wanting to get more people on there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anywhere near as expensive as I thought it would be. But it was like an electronic one that had like 8 others that were rotating all day kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be a lot more money if you were to get like your own one that's just permanently there kind of thing.
Sorry, I know we got to get AJ on the podcast in a second, but I do want to talk about the billboard thing for a sec. They had a really cool billboard on Oxford Street recently that was of a new car of some sort,
Yeah.
but the car headlights actually lit up. So at nighttime, like it looked like a real car up on top of the building,
Yeah, right.
but it was like just lights in the headlights, and I thought that was really cool. Like,
You've got to do something that stands out.
right, so what would you do for Fate?
I'd just probably like take a stab at brands that only go to like a size 12 or 14. I would.
Like make it controversial?
Yes.
Yeah, fair.
I remember when we opened our Westfield Miranda store in Sydney, we got given a VM box. You know how you're going around Westfields and there's like the mannequins in the box with like a sign and whatever. Like they offered us a free one for like a certain amount of time. And they were like, what do you want to do with it? Like you can style it however you want. But we had to do it really quickly. So I wasn't going to go out and buy all sorts of fucking decorations and this and that and the other. So we just had 2 mannequins, and then I had like a hanging sign, like a vertical hanging sign. And because this was like us opening our first ever Westfield store, and like they didn't say what I couldn't write on the sign or whatever. So I just wrote on the sign something along the lines of non-inclusive sizing is out, sizes 6 to 26 in everything is in. And it was just like that in like plain bold writing. And I was like, oh, well, like the worst that they can say is, no, you can't put this sign in here, because most stores in Westfields only go to a certain size. And they approved it. And it sat there in that box for like a month.
Nice.
So I did that. So I think if I was to do a billboard, it would be something bold like that.
Yeah, right.
Because you got to stand out.
What about for outdoor espresso? I'd get a billboard next to a fountain and then have the coffee cup pouring, and the fountain looks like it's coming from the coffee cup.
And then like pay Sabrina Carpenter to be there as well. Yeah.
Yup. I'm working late because I'm a singer.
I actually did see one other thing at Fashion Week. I know we spoke about that in the main
Oh, yeah? What else?
episode.
What'd you see?
A coffee company was like some sort of sponsor there or something, and they had like this shopping bag that was brown and in there like branding, and it just said like in massive writing, it was really clever, there's no X in espresso. Because yeah, so many people say espresso,
Hate.
and I thought that was like really clever of them.
I think it's clever too.
I think AJ would have something to say about like the marketing that we could do for Outdo, because like he's really involved with that as well. But wasn't there like one other thing that you wanted to say?
I don't know, but I feel like we're going to run out of time if AJ doesn't come on the podcast
true. I
right now.
thought
So
we
AJ, come on over, come on the pod. Everyone welcome AJ to the podcast. Say hey.
Hello, everyone.
Well, I mean, I'm so sorry, but we are out of time and we
Yeah.
cannot afford to be here any longer. I've got to go to a meeting and do a whole bunch of stuff today. So thank you for joining us, AJ, on the podcast. It has
Your
been
first
great.
official episode. Thank you so much.
Great having you here.
Thanks for having me.
That's enough out of you. Thank you to everyone for listening to this week's episode. We'll have to get AJ on again.
Yeah,
Obviously,
next week or something.
he had
Yeah,
a-
whenever he can come down again.
Obviously, had a great time with him here today. And thanks for listening. Make
See
sure you
you
rate
all.
us 5 stars and we'll see you in our main episode. Anything else from you, AJ? That's
No,
enough.
I think you covered it.
I hope you enjoyed AJ on the podcast, Scrollers.
Thank you so much, AJ, for
Thank
being
you,
a guest
AJ.
today.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you coming all the way
did
down
so
for that.
well.
Yeah. Love it. All right. See you next week. Bus stop.